the Senate Capital Investment Committee visited Crookston Wednesday, and the city of Crookston leaders, along with their many partners, took part in a significant step toward securing bonding for infrastructure for the development of the Colburn property south of Titan Machinery. In addition to the investment committee, U.S. Representative Colin Peterson, the head of the Ag Committee for our country, former Minnesota Senator Leroy Stumpf, and representatives from U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar's office. Obviously, Senator Klobuchar is busy on the presidential campaign, not able to make it, but she sent multiple representatives, and they were there to show support for the project. Minnesota Senator Mark Johnson from East Grand Forks, he hosted the committee, who is making a tour of the estate to learn about the requests they've received, totaling more than $5 billion. Johnson said the committee visits the communities with requests to get a hands-on feel for the project, the city, and its investment, as well as what the return on investment will be for the state of Minnesota.
One of the things that they are really looking at is, first of all, just getting that hands-on. Well, what's the feel of the community? Are they involved? Are they invested in the projects that are going on? Secondly, what's the real need out there? You get all these sheets of paper that said, well, we need X million dollars for a project, and you come out and maybe they do. Maybe it's something more of a preemptive project. They really want to get a hands-on feel for what those requests are going forward. So that's what they're doing today, just coming out, what the project looks like, what's it going to be. What's the return for Minnesota? How is this going to benefit the long term? This is a capital bonding request, so we're going to be making payments on this. How is the state of Minnesota going to be benefiting from this project in the long term? So that's what they're really trying to figure out.
Acting Mayor Dale Stainbrook, City Administrator Shannon Stassen, and Crookston Housing and Economic Development Authority Executive Director Craig Hoyseth presented on behalf of Crookston's request for $7 million in bonding. The bonding dollars would be used for earthwork, roads, and site utilities on the Colburn property. Additionally, the City of Crookston and Epitome Energy will partner to provide another $7,216,626 in matching funds. That makes up nearly 50% of the total infrastructure for the development of the site, with another $15 million for additional infrastructure coming from Epitome Energy, grants, and other funds for the deep foundation, rail track, substation, and additional deep foundation bins. The Agricultural Utilization Research Institute, known as ORI, also had a short presentation. Initial plans have AURI working closely with the University of Minnesota Crookston and the Soy Innovation Campus on the property. AURI microbiologist Dr. Jimmy Goss discussed AURI's plans to further research at the campus in areas such as soybean oil, a protein highway initiative, value-added soybean processing, and using alternative feedstocks to create new co-products. The Soy Innovation Campus will be the center of testing new uses for soybeans and other plants. It will also test new technologies and processing. Tom Slinecka, the Executive Director, CEO of the Minnesota Soybean Research and Promotion Council and Minnesota Soybean Growers Association, told the committee the Soy Innovation Campus will run as a non-profit that will work collaboratively with Epitome Energy and other businesses that will build on the property. Different companies will have a variety of applications for using soybean and other plant oils, one example being soybean oil-based asphalt sealant. Slinecka was asked what the newly announced plan by Governor Walz to revamp Minnesota's emission standards to mirror California would have on the industry. Slinecka said that there is an untapped demand for biodiesel that will rise in the next 3 years, and added that New York will require 25% of all heating oil to come from biofuels. Slinecka acknowledged that hydrogen, electricity, and wind are all good, but that one won't kill another because the demand for energy is unstoppable. Kurt Knutson, chairman of the American Crystal Sugar Board of Directors, told the committee that soybeans are one of the rotational crops used by sugar beet growers in the region who currently kind of break even with their rotational crops. He told the committee the opportunity to find a better market for soybeans could help local farmers capture some revenue and profit on soybeans for a change. Senator Dave Senjum, chair of the Senate Capital Investment Committee, concluded the meeting with a short thank you. Senjum noted that he knows that there are communities across Minnesota that are moving along and other cities that are stuck, before thanking and congratulating Crookston and Cheetah for stepping up and thinking broadly about how to make Crookston better and stronger economically. Hoyseth said he was happy with the results of yesterday's first opportunity to interface with the investment committee.
We had a very strong contingent today of the Minnesota Capital Investment Committee from all over the state, and the chairman afterward complimented us on our vision for Crookston and trying to bring vibrancy into Crookston that doesn't exist today. So we were really happy with the result. We were able to come forward and ask very, very clearly that the city of Crookston needs help from the state in a term of a $7 million bonding, matching funds that Crookston itself and our customer, Epitome Energy, would combine another $7 million. That would create $14 million of the total $29+ million infrastructure budget.